any use. And I knew that was the thing he was going to say to me.
It was far from white boots Páidí was reared, but he's been moving up in the world ever since.
There's no doubt about it that politicians are the biggest manipulators that can come across. There's no doubt about that. On election day, you see the politicians and their tallymen and their supporters and see how they operate and all that. There's no doubt about it. Whether you're going badly or going well, there is a major buzz in it. The fact that I know so many politicians, I think, hasn't done me any harm from a point of view of dealing with people and players.
Back in the Midlands, Joe Fallon, once a regular in the team, is in danger of being cast adrift from the first 15.
Well, I suppose the big thing on everyone's mind tonight is the actual name of the team, even though in our own minds we'd have a fair idea, but maybe one or two positions possibly up for contention. From my own point of view, at this stage I wouldn't expect to be starting given the way training has been lined out, but I certainly be hoping to play a part at some stage on Sunday. We happened to go up to Croke Park just to have a look around at it again for one or two of the lads that haven't played there before. And I think when you step inside the gates of when you step out onto the field, you realise how much you would love to be actually winning something there at senior level. So I suppose that's what kind of keeps you going. It's what makes it worthwhile. I suppose it's only natural that you're going to be a small bit nervous. I have seen players even before getting sick or whatever in dressing rooms. You're asking too much to go out on a field if you're going to be that nervous then, because you're going to be thinking about too much, I suppose, about what you're going to do when you get the ball. You have to just, I suppose, cope with the nerves and just try and turn them to your advantage.
Midfielders have fucking nothing to do because they'll be written off. And forwards, you have to give us that 50%.
Joe's intuition is correct. That evening, he doesn't make the team. His manager knows what the player must be feeling.
Every player wants to play. I was started against Cork in 1988 and I was named in the subs. I didn't speak to Mick Dwyer for 5 years. And I was giving myself 25,000 reasons why I should have started. But it took me 5 years to find out and to tell myself that he was right, because I was going badly in training, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. So taking players off in games and not starting players for games and all of that, again you have the advantage of having been through it, and you'll understand how a player is feeling. So you're in a better position to be able to explain it to him.
In the Leinster semi-final up for grabs. McGee launching it in. Sherlock has got away from John Keane. McKean recovered well. Brogan in there too. Brogan has it. Sen Connell is inside and Brogan gets Dublin's first point. Here's Alan Brogan and they are motoring now after a sluggish start. The Westmeath full back line being taken apart by Brogan. Takes his point. Here's Alan Brogan. They really have got into their stride, Dublin. Here's J.O. again, making space. He is just on fire at the moment for Dublin. 4 points in the first 16 minutes. Here's Des Dolan. Dolan getting away from Barry Cahill again, and Dolan coming round the corner. Has he got it? Yes, he has. That's a great point from Des Dolan. An incident there, I think, involving Kieran Whelan, and Whelan could be in real trouble with the referee here. Well, that a huge let-off. You won't see a clearer elbow in the faces. Westmeath have responded well. You look at that, and a point from David Mitchell. What a response from Westmeath. And they really do believe they can take on Dublin and beat them here in Croke Park. Here's Kieran Whelan. Now it's Alan Brogan. Brogan has kicked 4 points. What an important time there. Here's Jason Sherlock. Can they get a goal? What a brilliant save from Gary Connaughton.
With the stakes up for grabs, Páidí plays a final card. Joe Fallon gets his chance.
The lead now in this game, so crucial. Here's Joe Fallon. Fallon, can he put Westmeath in front? It's on the way, and Fallon has got it, and Westmeath lead with 3 minutes of injury time to go. It's over. Westmeath have beaten Dublin. Delight for Páidí Ó Sé. Tommy Lyons down there shaking his hand at the moment, but a dark day for Dublin.
There's a togetherness about this outfit. We have the likes of Pádraig there, we have Can, we have Mick Duffy, we have our medical team, we have all the selectors, we have all the officers, we have our sponsors. But above all, lads, now, lads, we have our own identity. What more have we got to do now, lads, only if we can beat the teams and the counties who have tradition. We are slowly but surely making our own mark in this situation.
I won 8 All-Irelands, played in 13 Munster finals and won 11 out of the 13. Won 3 or 4 National Leagues, 321 All-Irelands. So football has been extremely good to me, and the reason it has is Kerry is such a great county. So many people came to me after the game against Dublin and said, "Páidí, this must have been a great moment for you," and I described it as a special moment. And it wouldn't compare with any of the wins that I had with my own county, both as a player and as a manager. I'm still a Kerryman, and I'll always be a Kerryman. I'm a believer in the green and gold, and nothing will ever change me about that. Football was first. Football came first, before everything. But it still does in this house. All my family would have the greatest of confidence in me to do a job when I'm tuned in. At times it's difficult to get me tuned in, but when I am tuned in, I'm extremely good. I can be extremely bad as well now when I'm not tuned in.
Wexford will be Westmeath's opponents in the semi-final. Fellow minnows, they still deserve respect.
Come on, no shortcuts, lads.
A lot of people are, even supporters, that they're getting a bit complacent about Wexford, and the way that we see it is like Westmeath have never won anything. Wexford have a great tradition. They won 4 All-Irelands in a row. Like, they're going to be very dogged and very hard to beat, and we really have to, be mentally tough. We can't be one bit complacent.
Dennis Glennon. Oh, that's a fantastic point from Glennon. Glennon and Barry chasing him. Glennon very strong, really quick thinking as well. Derek Heaver. It's Brian Morley looking for another one, and Wexford are in real trouble at the moment. Redmond Barry. John Hegarty. Oh, great score from Hegarty. What could be on here for Wexford? They're within 2, and we'll see how Westmeath react to this now. Its next few scores absolutely crucial. Launched in towards Glennon. Philip Wallace got a hand to it. Here's a chance. Oh, what a fantastic goal. Shane Cleary. Mangan and Dennis Glennon, the full forward line, really good for Westmeath. Colin Galligan, and here's Dolan, the icing on the cake. That's it. It's over.
Well done. Well done, lads. Well done. We never bloody well thought, when there was an awful lot of vultures up around October and November and December and January of last year, what they were saying, what they were not saying about Westmeath. Fuck them now, lads. They didn't crack us. They didn't certainly crack me anyhow, lads, I can assure you. We were giving Tuesday to you as a day of rest on one condition. Obviously, you know the condition. It would be so disappointing that I'd throw it away from me if I thought that any player from 1 to 32 was acting the bollocks, drinking and fucking about. One fella can bring everything down. Every bloody thing that we've done up to now can be brought down because of some fucking weak guy who decides that he's above the rest. Starting tonight, if we allow the outside world to dictate to us how in the manner what we are thinking, we're in fucking deep trouble. We're in deep trouble, lads. So the steely stuff starts tonight. And there is one bit of advice I'll give you, lads. You're like the good fucking detective, you're never off. You're never off duty. You won't be fucking off duty, lads, until this Leinster Championship is won. Well done, lads.
Summertime in Westmeath usually includes an early exit from the championship. But this year, lifelong supporters like Mick Duffy can dare to dream.
There's a bit of pride in your own county, I think, that you know, you can be up there like the Kerrys and the Dublins and the Meads and the Offaly's and all your neighbouring counties have had success over the last 30, 40 years. We haven't been in that limelight, and you've always been wishing that, you know, would the day ever come? And now, you know, sometimes I have to pinch myself and say, are we really in this situation? You're waiting to wake up and find out that it was all a bloody dream. But it's not a dream. It is reality. I'm only one fanatic in the county. There's thousands of fanatics out there.
The team managed by Páidí's old boss, Mick O'Dwyer.
The Mick O'Dwyer factor is not going to be as difficult on this occasion for me. There's an amount of pressure on me when I was with Kelly playing Kildare. That was our last encounter. That pressure won't be there at all this time. I mean, here are we, a team that never won a Leinster Championship. Didn't play in a Leinster Championship since 1949. Playing a team who are Leinster champions. We have nothing to lose. So maybe for a change now, the pressure might be a little bit on Miko this time to deliver. Might be no harm. He's one of the people, I suppose, that had certainly a major influence in my whole life. He knows damn well that I know him inside out, that he's the biggest rogue. And if Miko's telling you he's going to Dublin, Miko's probably going to Galway. You know, and vice versa. when he asks me something as well, he knows quite well as well that I just play hardball with him.
On Sunday morning, the people of Mullingar and Athlone, Tyrrell's Pass and Rochford Bridge place their faith in the team. Páidí's taking no chances. He's going straight to the top.
I am very, very, very superstitious. I'm extremely superstitious. I will wear the same suit next Sunday for the Leinster final that I wore for the first day against Offaly, to the game, to Mass in the cathedral in Mullingar. I'd tell an awful lot of people thinking I've only one suit. I was more uptight playing in my last All-Ireland than I was in my first. In what was I, 32 or 3 when I won my last All-Ireland. You're questioning your fitness levels and you're saying, jeepers, it's today the day now that I'm going to meet some young fella that's going to score 2 goals and 5 pints off me. Those things will be going through your mind. But if you have the work done during the national anthem, you'll say, well, Jesus, I won't get reddened here in Croke Park today. You have to be wired to the moon, but at the same time, you must be comfortable within yourself. When you leave the dressing room, yes, you are fired up, and very fired up, but you must be fired up in a composed way.
The opportunity has at last arrived for Westmeath to end one of the longest losing runs in Irish sport.
That's the prize this evening. Will it be going to Laois or to Westmeath for the very first time? And the 2004 Leinster Senior Football Final underway. Conway, look at the space. The marking is just not up to it from Westmeath. Now they close down Fitzpatrick, but he goes back. Laois are into their stride already. Get the fucking down! Get it down! This time it's Bina McDonald is furthest forward. McDonald has Parkinson outside, well blocked down by Damien Healy, but it might still come from Chris Conway. Well taken, the Laois captain. Dennis Glennon moving from one side to the other. Alan Mangan is through the middle, and Byrne just hasn't got the pace to cope with Glennon. Glennon's still going! Point. Could so easily have been a goal. They're back to within 2. Tom Kelly seems to be picking up Glennon now. O'Shaughnessy, has he the confidence to have a go? Glennon has had a go and it hasn't been good. Here's Dolan to give Westmeath the lead. Hangs an awful long time and he's done it. And Westmeath lead for the second time in this final. Glennon is waiting inside. Lots of support in tight, and Fallon has found the gap and he's bursting through. Joe Fallon for Westmeath. Great play. What a difference he's made. Joe Fallon playing very well. You wonder why he didn't start. Here's Dennis Glennon taking on Kelly. He's going to be hard to get by, but Glennon has got through for Westmeath. Takes his point. Laois will know how much time they've got to get an equaliser, and they'd probably grab a draw off you at this late stage. Will they do it? They've got options here. Chris Conway, the captain, has equalised. The Leinster champions are back on terms. Chris Conway has levelled it. And will we live to fight another day? Yes, we will. It's ended in a draw. A really titanic struggle, but we have to come back here next Saturday for the replay. We won't have a winner today. It's been a super game.
I'm only just hoping that these lads will be steely tough for me now. Now, that's what all these trips down to Inchidohony, down to Ross's Point, speaking to the lads in the water and the sea water. I mean, we have our tie bar, our little badge that we wear. Like Bola Darle Dornev. You know, they're trying to beat Westmeath, is trying to beat your hand off an oak tree. I mean, that big time comes into play next Saturday evening now. That comes into play big time.
Most people think Westmeath have missed the boat. Páidí has 5 days to make the team believe again.